February 16th, 2022. So if you're not live at 11:30 a.m., you are watching this on archive, and we totally appreciate you being here. My name is Di Patterson, America's Gerontologist, and I've started this show and several other things to help our wonderful seniors, the disabled, our widowed, and our veterans. And to that end, I've developed the Success in Aging Essentials box. You can read all about that at successinaging.com. Order yours today for yourself, a loved one, someone you just want to show love and concern for through the mail. It's so much fun to get a box, isn't it? And since we've just had Valentine's Day, and I'm sure plenty of you got attention, now's our time to give our beautiful seniors, the disabled, widowed, and veterans some attention in the mail. And this can be sent any time of year. So now onto our show today. I am so thrilled to have marvelous Patty Mouton of Alzheimer's Orange County with us today. And Mary, would you please introduce our wonderful Patty?
Of course, Patty. Thank you so much for being a guest again. You were such a popular guest that we had last year. That sounds funny to say, doesn't it? Last year in October that we I'm so excited that you're able to join us again. And I get the honor of introducing you. And you have a very long bio because you have been, as Di would say, a rockin' aging babe, right? Is that the term you guys use?
OC aging babe. Yeah.
OC exactly. Aging babe. Yes. You guys have been rocking it together for a long time, but you have, it's very impressive. So everyone, she serves as the Vice President of Outreach and Advocacy for the Alzheimer's Orange County, where she has been on staff since 2005. Wow. That's 17 years?
Almost.
Is that correct, Patty?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. In January of 2020, Patty, almost 17. Wow. You assume the responsibility for the Advanced Care Planning Community Education Program for Hoag Hospital's Palliative Care Department. God bless you. Prior to 2005, you worked in hospice care for a number of years and held leadership positions with the American Red Cross and in business development with divisions of Johnson & Johnson. You served as the co-chair for the Orange County Pulse Coalition, now known as the Orange County Advanced Care Planning Partners since 2010, and you chair the Cal Optima One Care Connect Advisory Committee. When do you have time to breathe? You're a member of so many advisory committees, so many boards of directors. You are blessing the lives of so many people, Patty. We are indebted to you and are thankful that you are making growing old in Orange County a better place to do so. And without further ado, I know you have so much to talk about. We're talking today about our Caregiver Appreciation Award, as well as the wonderful Alzheimer's program and walk that's coming up on March 19th. So without further ado, everyone, Patty Mouton.
Yay! Mary, that's such a nice introduction. I sure appreciate that attention.
Oh my goodness. You are so welcome. And if you are watching, and also if I had to say, if you're watching live like Kim Bailey is.
Hey, Kim.
We just lost Patty. That's okay. Kim was also a guest on our show, which is so exciting.
Yes. Thanks for being here, Kim. Really appreciate it.
Yes, yes. So I'm sure Patty will log on shortly, but Di, while we wait for her to come back, why don't we talk a little bit about the Caregiver Appreciation Award?
Yes, let's do. So as everyone knows, February 14th was Valentine's Day. February 18th is National Caregivers Day. This is really a big deal. And I have to say that in Success in Aging, we absolutely want to appreciate our caregivers. Yeah, gerontologists in the house. You're right, Kim. All right, so what we're doing is, and Mary, will you put the bit.ly up that people can just type the short form to?
I will. I'll put it actually in the comments so people can click on it. But tell us what you're doing. I mean, the deadline is tomorrow because Friday is the National Caregivers Appreciation Day. And we really want to appreciate our caregivers because you and I have both been caregivers. And it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And Patty is back. Yay!
Yay! Patty is back just in time for her to hear the news that I am having a contest called the Caregivers Appreciation Award. And we're going to put all the names in a hat and basically draw one out. And for the nominator and the caregiver, they will receive a Success in Aging box in the mail. And we are just so jazzed to be able to offer that because Patty, Mary, and I were just saying, we have both been in-home caregivers. I know you have also
Yes.
seen and done so much for that, and which I deeply appreciate. I know Alzheimer's, your functioning within Alzheimer's OC over all these years has been to encourage caregivers, to provide education for them, and to
support them. Yes.
yes.
And I have to tell you, when I got my Success in Aging box in the mail, it really was just really a tickle, because there were so many cool little treasures in there and things to share and talk about. So I highly recommend the Success in Aging boxes. If nothing else, it's just like a little bit of Christmas that you open up.
I know, it's kind of like birthday. It's kind of like it's like any surprise that someone who cares about you would send you this type of a thing. And all of the items in the box are really gerontologist approved. Mm-hmm. Kim, while you were gone, Patty, Kim says, gerontologist in the house. Oh, thank you for bringing it. Okay,
She would not sit still at my feet, so I had to bring her up on my lap. I'm sorry.
All right, introduce her. She's so important. Let's hear her.
This is Bree.
Hi,
and
Bree.
She is our little daughter, Japanese chin dog. She's the sister to Picasso. So we became dog people in our senior years.
Yes. Well, you just keep her up where we can see her. Her little face is so precious, everyone.
She's adorable.
And she is adorable. Did we get BREE or is she a BRI?
She's BRE. That's perfect.
Okay. That's perfect. Okay. Yeah. She's our mascot today. And as we who are within gerontology, or we who are caregivers know, there is nothing like a pet to love. Someone, anyone. You don't have to be disabled or widowed or a veteran or a senior, but it sure helps.
And they're wonderful icebreakers to start conversations. They're wonderful calming. Sometimes if a person with dementia is feeling a little bit out of sorts or agitated, if you say, oh, could you take care of the doggy? Then they kind of calm down and they want to participate. So I think having dogs has made my husband and I nicer to each other.
Well, with all of the work that both of you do, which I deeply appreciate, I think 2 dogs at this point in your life was just your big fat reward. And speaking of other big fat rewards, let's go straight to the marvelous news that you have on the Orange County. You tell us about it, dear.
Well, we just released our 2021 impact report for the work that Alzheimer's Orange County has done in our community over the past year. And we know we are serving more than 34,000 people on an annual basis in support groups, for education, care consultations, so they can get really great dementia care coaching from licensed clinical social workers and gerontologists.
Yes.
The support groups are wonderful. We have them now coming back in person and on Zoom. So there's more than 25 different opportunities to attend a support group, and that will continue to grow.
Yes.
We are calling people. We have participated in adult day health care, temporary alternative services during COVID, so that our staff were going out to people's homes, doing things like porch bingo and Zoom Zumba and all kinds of marvelous connective activities to stimulate people's functionality. We've been actively engaged in public policy forming activities here in Orange County in response to the release of the governor's master plan for aging.
Yes.
So we've had a number of very big events that were primarily virtual, but hundreds of people attended, so they could learn directly from the director of the Department of Aging for California, and hear what the state and now Orange County is planning to be able to optimize how we age here in Orange County, make it better, enhance quality of life, all those great things. So when there's a strategic plan in place, then we know we can follow it, we can adjust to it, and we can learn what is it that people really need in order to make their golden years, the silver years, even better.
Yes. Well, I will say I've attended a few of those online and what was so great, it wasn't just listening. It was online. I could call it education. You know, I love EDU, online education, online information, but you gave a chance for everybody to participate, like a town hall. I
Right.
loved that. And everyone who's watching us, you'd have to know from the moment years and years ago that I found out about Alzheimer's, and especially Alzheimer's OC, I was all in. I said, oh, use my name as an ambassador. Let me help in any way I can. And this is important for everyone to look at. Mary, would you please pick off their website, Patty, that
Sure. Our website is www.alzoc.org. So short for Alzheimer'sOrangeCounty.org.
Okay.
And on that website, it's a rich opportunity to look at not only the education opportunities, what we're doing in the community, what we have planned for activities and events, and to get real-time information on how to better plan care for a loved one that may be experiencing a cognitive disease.
You know, Patty, this morning I was on a call with my cameraman for Season of Life videos, and he's met you several times, is so impressed, Jay Chun. And Jay wanted me to tell you, as he's flying off to somewhere, that he was so excited that you would be on to talk more about Alzheimer's, because as he ages, and he works with seniors in the in Koreatown in Los Angeles, and day centers there, he said what he sees, how people age and come into dementia, it breaks his heart. And I think that's how many people feel. It breaks our hearts to see people who have been actively engaged with life slipping. And they are just looking for some more information. They're just looking for a place to get active with. And everyone who's listening to me, please go to ALZ-OC.org and get involved.
Right. And I think the more engaged people are after a diagnosis, the better they do with the trajectory of the disease. Caregivers, we know, the spouse, the adult children of someone who has a cognitive disorder, we know they all do better the more education they have.
That's right.
And we know that for the person experiencing the disease, if their caregivers get as little as 4 hours of evidence-based, evidence-informed education, it can delay things like institutionalization. It can really enhance the quality of life of the person, and it reduces the stress of caregiving. The more you know, the better you do.
I know caregiving very well, having done my grandmother in home, her 93rd and 94th year, and even into 95. And my darling mother-in-law for many years, and other people who are very precious to me. And I will say, everyone, I want you to go to this website. I want you to look at the impact report. The impact report proves how worthy that Alzheimer's Orange County is for your support, whether that's funding, whether it's volunteering. And Patty is the queen of giving people volunteer work that fits them very well. I really want you to interact with Patty some way. And she has the most marvelous team set up. Kim Bailey is on her team. There are other marvelous people who have been in aging. We call gerontology aging studies. And there's everything from policy to hands-on. Everyone has something they get so excited about. It's very important, everyone. Please go look at the 2021 Impact Report on the website. And if there's something that you feel moved towards, please give their hotline a call. Please let them know you saw Patty or Kim live, and that you would just like to put some resources, whether time, talent, or treasure, into Alzheimer's OC.
Yes, and we would welcome it. And we have student interns, we have volunteers, we have a whole cohort of people who participate with us on many different levels. And we can always use some bright ideas and elbow grease. So please do get involved. Where I need help coming up right away is at the Walk for Alz. We have a walk and a run.
I love these.
Stadium in Anaheim on March the 19th. And it will be fun. We have
Yes, it will.
thousands of people that attend. We have a whole festival area where there are service providers and interesting entertainment and information. I have a whole public policy corner where elected officials will be. So you could come, maybe you could talk to the mayor of your city or your assembly person, because they all come and spend a little time with us, have coffee. So there's lots of ways to plug in, but sign up for the walk. Be part.
Please do.
This.
Yes.
Because this is our major fundraising activity for the year. We are a not-for-profit. We are celebrating our 40th year of serving Orange County. And every penny that gets raised here by Alzheimer's Orange County stays right here in your community to help people that are struggling with all forms of cognitive disease. So what better way is there than with a walk? You come out, you bring your dog, you bring your kids, there's food, there's coffee, there's entertainment. And if you sign up for the walk, you get to go into the field and walk the internal field at Angel Stadium. So it's really fun.
It is really fun. And Patty, I'm going to tell you this. Last year when things were beginning to open up, I was sitting at Lazy Dog Restaurant, which is just around the corner from the stadium, outside. And all of a sudden, it felt like hundreds of people with Alzheimer's OC Walk t-shirts were coming our way. Everybody left, those people left the walk and came to Lazy Dog. And their attitude was just so up and so happy to have done their part.
Encouraging, and you feel like you've really made a contribution to finding solutions and eventually getting to a cure. Because a big part of our mission is to support local research that will get us to a cure and certainly get us to more disease modifying treatment. So we work really hard to support the caregivers, the families, the people experiencing the disease, but we're also really engaged in the fight for a cure through research and participation in clinical trials, and to enhancing quality of life as we go so that we can keep people as highly functioning as possible. And little Bree is wanting to be on camera.
Hi, Bree. That's right. 15 seconds, dear.
That's right. It's your fame.
Well, I want to take this moment, and this would be a great moment to take a sip of water, Patty.
Sure.
I'm going to acknowledge the people who've just come into our show. Hi, Jay Chun. We were just talking about you. Hi, Karen Rashid. Thank you so much. And Carlina, we are so happy you're here today. And on this show, we believe in fighting isolation. And as Patty well knows, the horrible statistic on isolation for seniors, those 65 and above, is if we socially isolate, it's as bad as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So in this show, we encourage 15 sips of water a day, and even better, do it with a friend. And I have one of the most wonderful friends I know with me today. So here you go, Patty. Here's to you.
All right. Here's another sip. Here we go.
Wonderful. And so, and everyone, you can tell how dear Patty is to me. We've traveled in Ireland together. If you saw the social media photo Mary put out today, we were in Ireland with a cup of hot tea standing near an Alzheimer's donation.
Yes, for the Irish Alzheimer's Society. And they do great work. And so it was really fun to come across their contribution apparatus while we were traveling. But Di really inspired me to go back to school, to get my master's in gerontology, to look toward teaching at the college level, and to really get engaged in the academic part of our work. So I credit Di for having that inspiration for me.
Thank you so much, Patty. I got to tell you, everyone, when I met this woman, she was wonderful all on her own. And then we found out I'd been golfing with her dad in a yearly golf tournament 3 times a year for a decade. And as soon as we found that out, we became such good friends.
Friends.
I have, And
Well, you don't know this, but it's a little serendipitous. Today would have been his 102nd birthday.
oh, Patty.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we
this
lift
is
up John Barnett. He's up in the heavens, and he was a really good
yes,
example of an officer and a gentleman and an
yes, he
attorney,
was.
and of aging well. He said
No.
once when he became ill, he died at the age of 85 from lung cancer. But I asked him about his aging and his retirement, and he said, "Are you kidding? I played golf every day for 17 years. I enjoyed retirement. Getting old was not a problem because
No.
he stayed so engaged in life. He did volunteer work at the Legal Aid Society in Orange County. He
Yes.
went to church and attended mass every day. He
Wow.
stayed very engaged intellectually, spiritually, emotionally with the community. He and my mom had a great time. And so it was a real example of
Yes.
how to age beautifully and enjoy your retirement years. So
That's right.
he set a really great example.
He did set a great example. And everyone, the day that we realized that we really knew each other better through our families, because we came from two big boomer families in Orange County, and there was a lot of similarity. My mom went to mass every day too. My dad passed away at 85 too. But the deal is, when her beautiful, wonderful dad passed away, in her signature on her email, she put a picture of him sitting in an open airplane with a bullet hole going right past where his ear would have been. And Patty,
Yep.
what did you say about he told
Well,
you?
he was in the Marine Corps on December the 8th, 1941, the day after Pearl Harbor. He went and lined up to enlist in the Marine Corps. The Marines said, "We'd love to have you. Graduate from college in June, and you'll go to officer candidates and flight training school," which he did. And he spent 20 years in the United States Marine Corps, retired as a colonel, flew jet aircraft, was in combat more than he could ever tell us. And that picture is a treasure because he had just landed his airplane in Korea and the whole windshield had been shot out, but he was fine.
And didn't you tell me that he said that was a good day?
That was a good day. He said that a good day is a good landing is if you walk away from it. A great landing and a great day is if you can use the airplane again.
Well, everyone, we serve veterans in both
Yes.
of our fields. I am so proud that Alzheimer's Orange County can speak into the families of veterans, that they can speak into veterans' lives with hope and help, because dementia sucks. It just does. Alzheimer's
devastating. And there's life after a dementia diagnosis. And that's one of the things that I find so hopeful, is that if you get the right support, the right education, and the right tools, you can maintain someone's functionality for quite a long time, and you ease the burden on caregivers.
That's
one
right.
of the things that I find so inspiring is that when people get in touch with the social workers in our helpline, then they can get connected to the resources that veterans are entitled to.
They're entitled to it from serving us so beautifully.
Indeed. Indeed. So we encourage you, just call, just find out what is it that we might be able to help you with. How can we get you engaged?
Yes.
And come to some of the educational programs. Join us for things. We want people to be keeping our social workers very busy. We want people to be going to our education programs, both virtually and now in person.
That's
right. We want you to get the support that you need. And we want you to know that we're here to walk this journey with you and to be part of making things as good as possible.
And I've seen it, everyone, over and over again. I've attended so many of their meetings and things before the pandemic. And I will tell you, if you want to fight social isolation, show up to Alzheimer's Orange County to their offices for one of their educational events or their gatherings or speaking to your policymaker.
The walk on March the 19th.
That's right.
That's one of the most inspiring days of the entire year.
It sure is, everyone.
So many people, they bring their loved ones who are experiencing dementia. They bring their doggies.
That's
right. Their grandkids.
That's right.
It's a very inspiring day.
And
it lets people know they're not going through this journey on their own.
That's right. And Patty, I would like you to give out the main number to Alzheimer's OC right now, because Mary has just put up a call so we can help. So let's have that number.
Our local number is 949-955-9000. And you can get put in touch to our helpline. You can get put in touch to any of our staff that way. We want you to go to the website.
That number again?
949.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
She's typing.
You guys are speedy. I'm just trying to keep up with you.
We're just trying to get so much in because we see the time.
I know.
Sure.
Say it again.
949-955-9000.
Awesome.
And our website is www.alzoc.org.
Yes.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So I'm going to be putting the link to sign up for the walk on March 19th in the comments. But I also, before we run out of time today, because I know you're a busy girl, you have so much going on. We really want to reinforce that tomorrow is the deadline for the Caregiver Appreciation giveaway. And there's a link in the comments as well. I'll put it up again. But it's really important because if you can nominate someone who has blessed you, right? It would be great if you could nominate Bree there, because obviously
I nominate Bree because she's been a blessing.
Yes,
you can.
But what we want to know is just your name, right? The person you're nominating's name and why you're nominating them. Because
that's right.
Because when there's a caregiver in your life that makes your life better, blesses the person that you love, we want to tell them thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We will make sure to send a little thank you note to everyone who's been nominated. But the winner is going to get a Success in Aging Essentials box filled with all kinds of treats. That's going to be one for the winner and one for the caregiver. And we're going to be announcing that on Friday, which is National Caregivers Appreciation Day, and then getting those in the mail right away. So we just want to thank you so much for clicking on that link. And again, anyone is eligible as long as
family caregivers included, sons, daughters, husbands, wives. You know, the caregiver community is not lauded, is not appreciated, is not applauded often enough. And this is our way of doing that. We want to applaud them. I have been a caregiver. Patty's been a caregiver. Mary's been a caregiver. You know, Mary and I had grandparents, 3 who lived past 95, and they needed us. And
you know, and it's so hard when you're going through it.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's such a blessing because you know you're bettering the lives, you're honoring the person you're caring for. And I think that's probably why you love working for Alzheimer's so much, Patty, is that you know that you're honoring someone who spent their whole life pouring into others, and now they have a chance to be loved on and cared for. I have actually chills thinking about this. I mean, the time I spent with my grandma Stannard, called her Grandmommy, you know, it was the hardest 8 months of my life. But at the same time, it was the most gratifying. And our mother used to say, you know, jewels in heaven, you know, you get jewels in heaven. I'm like, okay. You know, like when you're going through it, you're just holding on for dear life, trying not to like worry when you're away for 2 seconds, and with them, making sure that they're taken care of and feeling loved and that they're not missing anything, and their pants are clean and their tummy is full and their heart is warm. Like there's all this.
Well said, on. Mary. Well said.
Yeah,
I'll put that on a T-shirt.
Please do.
Well, it's true, and I think you know, one thing I would ask people to do is, if you know someone who is a caregiver, call them up and tell them how much you appreciate how they are giving their lives during this period of time for the betterment of somebody who needs their help.
Amen.
And
amen. I think that even just, and that's, I think, why Di's doing this appreciation contest, is just a little something to say thank you. But I agree with you, Patty. Like, you know, just calling up someone and saying, hey, how you doing today? In fact, just before the show, my girlfriend who takes care of her mother, who, by the way, I should have had her on, but her mother wasn't feeling well today. She's been taking care of her for over 10 years. And the slow decline, you know, and when the lockdown happened, and they shut down her senior care area, center, where she was mentally stimulated and socially stimulated, without that, she has taken a sharp decline. And they just opened up, and so like today was her day to go, and she was so excited, but she didn't sleep last night. I mean, there's a whole, but like you're literally taking care of a child again, and you know, my heart
Except
always
with
goes
all the
out to
rights-
her.
with all the rights of an American citizen and all the dignity that they have earned.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. They've built the infrastructure, the highways and the internet way. They've built everything that we travel on, everything that makes our life better.
And they spent the veterans and the spouses of veterans spent tremendous years in sacrifice to keep our country safe and free. And so, you know, a little bit of appreciation goes a long way.
It does.
And everyone, it just came into my mind while we were talking. I wrote an article. I have a blog. My big website is diepatterson.com. And if you go to my blogs, look for Teapots and Sympathy. That's a blog, and it's all about how you can take a teapot to a caregiver and sit with them while their loved one is taking a nap or something, and just bring some love with a pot of tea. And it gives you all kinds of ideas of different teas and honeys and things you can do. And so I really encourage everyone. This week is a special week. We just had Super Bowl. We had Valentine's Day. A young woman I know called her dad and said, "Who decided we could have Super Bowl on Sunday, Valentine's on Monday?"
And you know what? What else is, it was, you know, Galentine's Day, where we girlfriends celebrate each other. It was actually on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, it's Patty's dad's birthday today. And then we have National Caregivers Day on Friday. What a week, everyone.
Yes.
So this is the week.
So much in a week. So much in a week. Exactly.
So much in a week. It's like our whole lives.
Well, it's a great week, and I surely appreciate being able to share this information with you and to be part of this wonderful movement that you have gotten off the ground, Di. Well done.
Thank you so much.
So everyone who's watching, please go to ALZ. Oop, did I make that wrong? ALZ.
I'll be there. I'll have Mary make me that T-shirt she said with those 3 sweet things on it, and I will be there at that ALZ-OC walk at. It's just down the street. Oh my God!
Anaheim Stadium. March the 19th, Saturday morning. Come on over. There'll be great food trucks. There'll be entertainment. There'll be thousands of people, and it will be a celebration of all the things we can do to inspire us in the fight to end Alzheimer's.
Amen.
And I will leave us with this thought. Everyone, the more you do today, the more you do this year to participate in these good things, you are making the way better for yourself. Because if it's 40 years, 30, 20, 10, 5 years, then when you reach this place, you will have known, no regrets. You'll have known that you put everything that you could have done to help in this fight against Alzheimer's disease. And Patty Mouton, I want to thank you so much for the light that you bring to all of us. You have inspired more of Orange County than you'll ever know in aging services and the aging marketplace. And you go, girl. You keep doing these good things. And we appreciate every time you show up because you give the rest of us inspiration and motivation.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me today.
Well, stay on the line because we're going to take a couple pictures afterwards. Well, we know you need to run. So stay on the line. But again, for everyone who is watching again, to remember that tomorrow is the deadline to get in your caregivers, and the link is in the comments below. And remember that not only does your caregiver win, but the person who nominates will win as well. And next week's guest, I think I put it up there a second ago. Next week's guest, back to Wednesday at 2:30 2:30 p.m. Is the Medicare lady, Hope Sir. And she is awesome. She's actually battling cancer right now. So she is blessing so many lives while she is going through a struggle. And we're just so excited that she could be on to share her goodness with the world as well. So Patty, again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of our live commenters. And we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 2:30. And until then, age well. Right,
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.